But yeah, no, I wasn't expecting anything because I knew, because I think I had, when I was Googling stuff about what to put in our schedule, I pretty immediately found out that it was a spinoff from the Harley Quinn show. And I know what the Harley Quinn show is all about, tone-wise and what type of show it is. So I imagined it wasn't going to be anything much different than that. So I wasn't going in expecting anything in the sense of what I wanted to see in the Kite Man show, or Kite Man, like the character. So I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't have any expectations for it. I knew it was going to be probably mostly wacky. Yeah. And it was exactly that. It was like a wacky superhero show, you know, or supervillain show, I guess. So, but I think I was kind of holding out hope that maybe I'd at least have fun, you know, have fun with the comedy or fun with the characters. Yeah. And sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. You know, sometimes I got kind of tired of it, you know, because again, man, I've been preaching about what types of superhero shows I want to see, like Daredevil, Man of Steel, those guys. I want to see more of that. Yeah. And we're getting further and further away from that, I think. Especially in DC. I think DC is not going to go that route. I think it's going to go the other way.
Yeah, they're really, it feels like they're almost a little desperate to catch a train that has already left.
Right, yeah.
Like, I mean, once you can only chase a train so far before you got to stop.
Right.
Right. And that train has taken off and they're still running down the track like they're going to catch it. It's like,
yeah. So you're not going to,
guys, don't do that. Catch the next one. You know what I mean? Or there's a better one that's out there that you could get on. That's going to take you right where you need to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're chasing
I think the perfect example of that was like Blue Beetle. Like, I feel like James Gunn should have had an outside look at how the response to Blue Beetle was to decide on what he was going to do with the universe. Yeah. And we haven't seen his stuff yet, so, you know, obviously not going to prejudge it in that sense, but Blue Beetle was way too late. Yeah. I think we had said that Blue Beetle should have come out 10 years ago. Right. And that would have been a huge hit.
And same thing with Black Adam.
Black Adam, yeah, would have been great. That would have been great for that time period. Yeah. Now it's like you're trying to make Iron Man again. Right. 12 years after the fact, right? Yeah. And that's not, you're too late. You're way too late. You can't
be the first man on the moon again.
Exactly. Right, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's the problem. And I don't know, I think James Gunn has kind of voiced how much he enjoyed Blue Beetle and how he thinks it was a great movie. I don't know that.
I wonder if that just might be
obviously
what you gotta say because you're with DC.
Yeah, now you're running DC. Yeah. But I mean, I hope he's not going to be like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Right. Because you're too late, man. You're way too late. You gotta do something different. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think like we're actually like Superman comes out in July. Like we're not far from his movie coming out.
Yeah,
like
he's a year basically.
Yeah, he's like wrapped. Well, I guess where are we at now? Yeah, like 10 months. But we're counting down, man. We're getting closer to that, and before you know it, it's gonna be
here. Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be here. And so I don't know. I don't know what the point of that whole thing was, but I think like kind
of like what
I want out of DC is not gonna be here. Maybe I don't know if Marvel's gonna go there or not because maybe they're trying to figure out how to stay relevant. But with Kite Man, I mean, yeah, I think it's good for some people. Yeah. But for me overall, the comedy didn't hit for me. It wasn't very funny to me. I did like the characters here and there, but just I was hoping. I mean, if you're gonna make it a comedy, and this is gonna sound super douchey, but like maybe make it a little smarter. I don't know, maybe put some more thought into the comedy writing. You know,
I think any professional comedian would tell you put some thoughts into the jokes. Yeah,
make it a little smarter. You know, make it a little, I don't know, clever. Yeah, you know what I mean. But it didn't come off quite as more of a peacemaker, like a more slapstick, more raunchy joke, more just like low hanging fruit type of humor. You know, and that's not my jam. You know, that's not for me. I you know, I don't know if people enjoyed. I'm not sure what the responses to the show is.
Pretty high.
Pretty high. Okay.
Yeah. I think what was it? The tomato meter might have been 92, and the average score was 90.
Okay, so people would
or it might have been vice versa. Yeah. But it was 90, 92. Okay, that way.
So I will say that these superhero shows maybe know how to cater to the audience because it seems like a majority of people will like this type of show. I think like people really enjoyed Peacemaker. They really enjoyed Peacemaker. I fucking hated it, but a lot of people really enjoyed it, and I think.
Some people hate Kite Man too.
Yeah,
you know, Irving.
That's true.
Exactly,
Irving doesn't like Kite Man, which is fair. Which Irving seems to like everything else, but I don't know. I think I guess that was. I don't know how I made negative there, but just the comedy wasn't hitting for me, and I think this is not quite I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're going in the right direction to expand on the superhero cinema genre.
Yeah.
I think they are kind of still going in that well, I mean, people want comedy. Let's do raunchy comedy now. Let's do, rated R comedy now. And people are going to enjoy that more. I think there's room for serious stuff, and we're not getting there. And this is not going to contribute to that.
Right. And I agree with that. I don't know if this series is supposed to be anything that's going to quote unquote contribute or move anything forward. This might just be not the typically way I use this phrase, but a cash grab. This might just be, like you're saying, some low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Like this might just be like, let's get a win. Let's get some bodies in seats and let's do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's all this show is supposed to be. This show isn't supposed to be anything that's going to be like a beacon for the DC universe or anything like that. You know what I mean? I think this is it again, like I've said before, I think this is exactly what it's supposed to be. Just some, for lack of a better put, like some lowbrow humor kind of thing. Very simple, very silly, and that's it. And I think they'll keep doing that with this show as long as it works for them.
Yeah.
I
agree.
It's one of those things I think where you have to do something that's going to logically put money in your pocket before you do like the bigger, better art piece. And I'm not saying that's what the DC universe is trying to do, but that definitely is what Kite Man is supposed to be.
Right.
It's nothing that's going to be like, this is the path we're on now.
And I agree. It's not trying to be anything other than that, which is cool. On its own.
Yeah. Let it be that.
Yeah. But I mean, I think just from a personal taste, it doesn't appeal to me very much. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Any other negatives you had? What was the negatives you had?
Yeah. The again, a lot of the I don't know. You can't. I would like it if there was something somewhat, I don't know, maybe a little more, I don't know what I'm trying to say or how to put this, a little more grounded. Like I know this is supposed to be something silly, but I don't know, maybe I don't want to say it felt too silly, but I don't know. I didn't feel like there were any real, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say talk about stakes. There are no stakes in it, but I don't think there were supposed to be stakes in something like this. Not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe kind of what I kind of like about it is also what I kind of don't like about it, is because it is so simple. It's because it is so, I don't want to say dumb. That's putting a bad light on it, but it's a very, very simple show. Yeah. So if you want something more, you're definitely not going to get it out of this, right? Yeah. And as far as picking out negatives, I feel like, you can go into every episode and be like, well, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. And that seems dumb. And why would they do this? That with this kind of show, I feel like, and maybe the part of the problem is it gives them an excuse, or, I'm giving them a pass to say, well, the show's dumb, so they can do what they want kind of thing.
Like we're trying to be dumb, so we don't need to care about.
So we don't have to worry about like rules or whatever.
Yeah. Which I think is a little dangerous to me.
I hear you.
Because
I
think, like, I don't even know, are we supposed to like root for them? You know what I mean? Because like the big, I mean, they're villains, right? They are villains
technically, yeah.
But then they become the heroes of the show.
Definitely, yeah.
Of this show. But I mean, like, they killed a lot of people. Like a lot of people,
right?
Innocent people were killed.
Yeah.
And they seem to not really care in that regard.
And it seemed like nobody cared. Like there's no warrants for their arrest. There's no anything like that going on. And again, that's part of the show, or that's that universe. Like it's like people get killed and it's like nobody's mad about it. When someone's killed, you don't call the police for a murder.
Yeah,
in this world kind of thing. So
true. I mean, like that's a good point. But I mean, because I think at the point where like the giant chicken was like,
that's what I'm thinking
rampaging, of too.
Like killing, and she was killing people in the
hotel,
right? Like just right out of the gate.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second. I mean,
and everyone's just like a little nervous about it, but she's still allowed to stay, or she stays at the. Well, I guess they go to a different hotel.
I think
the same one. Yeah, it's a different one. Yeah.
But it's. I don't know. It was like it was kind of got me. Like, are we supposed to care about them? Like, they are the main characters. Are we supposed to care about what they're going through? Like, I don't know. Like, shit. Maybe I want Darkseid to get the anti-life equation because
man, I feel like he's earned it.
Yeah, right. At this
like,
point,
how did Lex? Well, see, now I'm asking too many questions. How did Lex get it in the first place? And Lex didn't take it from Darkseid. He didn't steal it from Darkseid.
No, what was the reason?
Like somehow.
Yeah,
somehow he got it.
Yeah,
somehow he got it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, it's not that type of show.
Yeah.
Right. It's more of a wacky type of thing. But I think if you're gonna keep it a wacky kind of show, like don't try to James Gunn it at the end and kill somebody off and make you feel bad for it. You know what I mean? To add like,
or try to play that.
There is some heart in here. You are supposed to care about these two characters. And I was like, why should I? Like, they are not much better than the villains who want that type of equation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I guess that's the only thing, right? The only difference in this show anyway is they're not like just out there murdering people in cold blood or doing anything in cold blood. They're almost like they're just some random people that got kind of caught up in something bigger than them, you know, and that is kind of the case, but they are villains. Yeah. You know, that's what that's the moniker they've chosen for themselves. So we never really see them do anything bad intentionally. Not really. I mean, at the beginning, I guess he tries to, you know, I don't know, not blackmail his father. He tries to get money from his dad.
And I think he is like isn't like the first episode he's like trying to rob. Oh yeah, he's trying to rob the bank, and Spoiler comes and stops him.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So he is a villain.
It kind of shows he's a villain, just not a good one.
Yeah, right. You know, which is great.
Right.
Great way to show that to us.
And I guess we're just supposed to like, he tried to rob a bank.
Yeah, lovable schmuck.
Right. You know, but in real life, it'd be like, throw that guy into the fucking under the jail. Put him under the jail.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I think if I don't know, like don't mix those genres. I guess like don't try to make us feel bad for anything if you're just trying to create a wacky show about villains. You know, I don't know. I think like I just didn't care about any of them by the end. Like I don't care about your bar or your friends or you guys.
Yeah, like, or whatever you're going through with your mom and her.
Yeah,
weird like. She really didn't like her kids.
Yeah,
it was a little weird.
Yeah, right. Like,
like
you're just a bad person.
What's going on? You're really bad. You're a really bad person.
Born a bad person if you
really bad.
Want to be that bad. Yeah. So, that was I mean, so it was hard to really connect any part of the show.
Yeah.
Other than it just being them trying to make it a wacky villain comedy. You know. So yeah, I guess that was that.
That's cool. Yeah. So what do you want to rate this thing?
Oh man. Just be like from a personal standpoint, like just me saying if I enjoyed it or not. It's probably more so didn't than did. I think overall did not enjoy it overall. Just because it's not my show.
Yeah,
I
figured. When I was watching this, like halfway through, I thought this doesn't seem like something
he's
Trent would want to watch.
Hair out right now. Why did he suggest this?
What's going on right now?
Yeah. So I did that. So my thoughts. Taking that into account, I think there are some good parts about it, but yeah, I'm probably in like a 67, 68.
Okay.
Like there's some parts that are watchable and it's an easy watch, like nothing that you had to like commit to, which is fine and it's short, easy to watch. But I just I didn't like it as that much. I think overall. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna throw out my scores. I'm gonna give it like maybe a 70, maybe a 71.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's passable, barely. Again, because I think it's an easy watch. I think it's very simple. As far as like a rating of drop what you're doing or avoid it, like meh, I would it's somewhere between like meh and stream it. Okay. I mean, again, I don't know. We got to change the stream it thing because you're streaming it already. So
I think it's more like stream. It's like like go to a theater or stream it kind of thing. Like
that's where it originated from. Yeah. The urgency is not there. This is something. Again, I think you said it right. I think you said it about it's something that you can watch in the background more or less.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said that or not. Maybe
I think I said something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you can like I said, you can literally you can watch this, get distracted, turn back around, and you're really not going to miss a beat. Yeah. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I fell asleep last night watching it. Yeah. I think I fell asleep for like the first 10 minutes of episode 8.
Yeah.
And then I woke up, turned it off, and I woke up.
The kaiju episode. I think I think that's where I was too, actually.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. So I watched it, I turned it on this morning, I rewound it back to like those 10 minutes, and I was like, I didn't miss anything. Like, I know exactly where we're at regardless. So,
there's not a lot to miss in this except for maybe certain little jokes about, his relationship with his goddaughter.
Yeah.
I thought that was was funny. I like that he is somebody's godfather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That he's that it's funny that the monster, you know, the devil of the universe has got this person that he's like looking out for, or like he's still watching over, like you need to get a job.
He cut her off.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like cut her off from what? So yeah, it's that kind of silly stuff.
Yeah.
So
which I think I was more cool with that. And then by the time Malice gets to the end, she actually is like good at her job. She's good at mixing drinks.
Yeah. She's mixing drinks.
She like wants to be there. And I was like, I think I cared more about her character development than anybody else. Because she went the farthest.
Probably had the most character development, you know?
The biggest change.
Yeah, big time. So so those are the kind of things that make the show entertaining. Is it something you're going to be talking about, like, you know, at the water cooler? Like, oh man, did you see in this episode of Kite Man where this went down?
I mean, that one part where he said this? Oh,
where he said Kite Man Hell Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, right? I don't know if it's quotable. You know, quotable show.
There's nothing like that in this show. But if you're watching, if you want to turn something on late at night kind of thing, you're just laying in bed or you're laying on the couch, you can turn this on and you can get through like 3 episodes basically in an hour.
Definitely.
And you're good. So that's my good thing about the show. So somewhere between like meh and streaming.
Yeah.
Like, again, not drop what you're doing, but
yeah, I'm probably at meh also.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, I got one more thing I got to say.
Go for it.
Is Lex Luthor getting darker?
Yeah, he was I thought that same thing too. Like he was a little bit darker. He has some fuller lips. I swear I want to say like his nose might have been different. I don't know. But I mean, he was being voiced by the late, you know, Lance Reddick. So God bless it there as well.
Great, he's a great voice actor, man.
Fantastic
very
voice
distinct
actor.
Voice,
right? Man, just from Vox Machina and that.
The dragon,
the Chroma Conclave.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's so I don't know what they're gonna do next year with him.
With him being gone now,
But he did seem like he was getting dark, and I think in that first episode, I was really like
it's a couple shades darker.
Yeah, it's like normal, is he supposed to be black? Because he's kind of sounding black. He's a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Is he like Creole? Like what's going on with Lex right now?
Yeah, I know. I noticed that, man. I noticed that. I was like, wait,
he had a very deep tan.
It was very tan. Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I think I saw him somewhere. Was it My Adventures of Superman where he's a little bit darker too? I don't know. I think I've seen him recently in animated show where I was like, he's a little darker than normal. Yeah, so I might have been that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't need to see him black. I don't need to see him be something he's not or whatever. You know what I mean? This is about to be a whole other thing that I don't want to get into again. If diversity, just create new characters. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna.
No, I was thinking
fucking jeez.